What up, Scrub fam? It's Frisco Fives here, 3XG, Shenron's Lair, coming at you with the deck profile. Yeah, buddy, let's get right into it. I was previously doing some written articles for 3XG, and I wanted to just make a video this time around. See how you guys like it. Let me know how you guys feel. Give me comments, feedback. Just let me know your general thoughts of the overall deck, too. I think it's really cool. It's Tricolor Gogeta. Yeah, buddy. So let's go into it. I think the deck is really good. It's definitely going to make an impact, and hopefully try it out and you feel the same way. So first, let's go over the overall premise of what the deck wants to do. The deck wants to assemble card advantage within the first 3 turns, or disrupt your opponent, and play Veco Defective Fighter on turn 3. Once he's KO'd, you put a Goku and Vegeta BR from your drop area back to your hand. You ramp 2 energy. Turn 6 and turn 4 and turn 5, you'll be at 6 and 7 energy, and that's when you can kind of make your plays. And the cool thing about this deck is that previous builds that I built with Gogeta, it's very try to defensive. It wants to try to go the long game, but the way it was trying to be defensive is just by pseudo combos and drawing cards. Now, with the counterplay cards in Arrival, you can actually just do more with your energy. So let's get right into it. So first, let's go over the staples here, the Veku package. So I have a 5-5-4 split, 5 Gokus, 5 Vegetas, 4 Vekus. So I have 4 one-drop Gokus and 1 3-drop Goku harmonic. I just did the 4 1-drops because you just want to have the tutor when you need it. Same thing with the Vegeta, that's why I have 3 of it. The only thing really to note here, I have the 2 harmonic energy SSB Vegetas instead of the 4 ready or prepping for fusion Vegetas. That's because this card actually just counters the deck itself. You play it, you can shrink the Vacuum Defective Fighter by 10k. They can't ramp their energy. So basically it's a counter to itself. That's why I played 2 of it and not 4 of the 1-drop. Good thing to note about this leader and why it works as a tricolor is that the leader itself is a color fixing, right? So he can tutor a red or blue, and then that can be your energy for the following turns, which is really cool. And the leader also tutors red cards to pitch for your arrival mechanic, which is super relevant. So the cards actually have a impact now rather than just being used for Union Fusion with Vacuum Defective Fighter. They can actually be used for combo fodder for arrival, which is actually really relevant. Um, we'll stick with the red package right now, and I have 3 foreseeing hits. This was a staple of all my blue-red Gogetas. I haven't really taken it out because it's just such a disruptive card, and you can just play it on your turn, take 2 cards, and just basically stun your opponent for a turn. So it's really relevant. Let's go to the green cards. So we have Cal here. Cal, Hidden Awakening Cal. So what's cool about this is that when you play it, you KO your own battle card. So I've always wanted to play a card that KO'd my own Veku, Defective Fighter, because when you KO yourself, it doesn't have to be KO'd by your opponent, right? So if you KO it yourself, you get to ramp your 2 energy. So previously, you always were in this decision like, oh man, do I want to take the hit, but I want the life so I can awaken next turn, but I also want to rank my 2 energy? Well, you don't have to decide that anymore, right? You can just bait in, take in the damage, take in the weak attacks. So you bring yourself to 4 life, and they decide to pass. Cool. You just play a Hidden Awakening Kale, you KO him, get your 2 energy still, and you do board removal too. And he's crit. Perfect. Next, we have Trunks Bridge to the Future. We have 30 plus Saiyans in the deck, so the card should hit. Also, it helps you tutor for the cards you're looking for, like Kaio-Ken Goku, Defender of Earth. He could tutor your Secret Rare. He could tutor the Gogetas. He's just an overall useful card in the deck. And then if you look at the top card and you see one of the red cards, one of the red BR cards, you know just to look at the top next one, right? Because you're okay pitching that because you usually don't need more already. Or it could be a tutor in itself for them within the first 3 turns, which is really cool. Next, we have the normal super combo, North Kai, Keeping of Watch here. I didn't want to do any sparking. The deck doesn't get sparking too quick, so I didn't want to play any sparking ones, even though it is a Saiyan and it is could impact with Trunks Bridge to the Future. I didn't want to risk it, so I just kept it with the normal super combo. Vegeta the Cruel. Oh my god, what am I doing here? I almost forgot here. I just totally passed by the secret. You know what? Let's go over the blue or green red stuff at the end. I think that'll be the most impactful because that's what changes the deck. So we have Vegeta the Cruel. So this card is amazing. So on your turn one, you charge dual color. Turn two, charge whatever you want, and then you can leave this up. Whatever your opponent plays, you can play this KO four or less, and they warp a card in their hand. That's 2 for 1. Plus you get a body on board. It totally shuts down a lot of decks. It definitely hurts U6 a lot. I mean, it doesn't blow up the one drops, doesn't KO the one drops, but KOs the 4 drops or anything else too. Really good, very disruptive. What's very good is that when you ramp your 2 energy with Veco, if you hit at least a green or even if you get a blue, so you can use Sensu Bean on tap, you can always make this card live after the next card they play. So it's really cool. Next, we have Fu, the Dark Banisher. He's another win con of the deck when you're turn 5, turn 4, turn 5, and then you just like, hey, I can try to win the game right now. This is the way to do it. I'll play this, and I'll just hopefully have guys on board, or I can chain him with this guy here, Gogeta Resonant Explosion, and just try to get in a lot of attacks as soon as possible. 4 Dimension Magic, kind of standard here, and 4 Sensu Bean. They're both in the deck for the same reasoning. Untaps blue. However, with Dimension Magic, it can only tap blue. But if you're tapped out, you can untap 1 blue to activate your Sensu Bean, which can color fix for you. So the cool thing about it is that you can tap 1 blue and untap 2 whatever, right? So you don't have to actually untap a blue. That's kind of a common misconception, is that a lot of people usually untap blue with it. Well, you don't actually have to in this deck. So as long as you have 1 blue, you can create 2 red, and then you can have 2 red for your Gogeta Resonant Explosion. You could totally change the game and totally change the swing of things, which will bring me to my next card that I want to talk about, is this card, Gogeta Resonant Explosion. So he is a rival, red-green, have to combo with 2 of them, or 1 of each, I should say, or 1 dual color card. Pay 1 red, comes in the board, KOs a 4 or less at any time. And he's a 20k double striker. Card is huge. The card just sways games. So the cool thing I like to do with this, right, is that if you want to take damage or you hit something with Veku Defective Fighter, if you hit a red or you hit a blue, you can always have this guy live because all you have to do is Sensu Bean and then combo red green, pay 1 red, bada bing, bada boom, you can bring him into play. So it always gives you that safe feeling. It's like, they're not going to kill me this turn. Or if they do, if they try to like push in, you're going to definitely change the game or change the outcome of the game because they're going to use more resources than what they intended because you could just KO their guy. So it's really impactful. I definitely like it. Also, it's very good offensively with like Fu the Dark Banisher or any other play because once you bring them on board with 4 energy, typically you have more than that. In your first swing, you can just bring like 2 more out into play, and then you have another two double strikers that are 20k just to swing for a game. Super good. Kaio-Ken Son Goku Defender of Earth. When this card got revealed, I was like, whoa, this card's crazy. And it's not like super broken or anything like that. It doesn't deserve to be changed or anything like that. So I'm not going to say it's like, oh my god, it's tier 0 card or anything like that. But it definitely wins you games. Now, there is a lot of outs to this card if you were to play it with 5 energy because it lowers the cost by 2 if you have 20 or more red cards, red and green cards in the drop area. You can get hit by Mutaito and a couple other cards too. Even Champa, the new U6 Champa counterplay, which would still hurt it if you hard cast it for 7, which this deck does. So this is the beautiful thing about this deck. In previous builds with Gogeta blue-red is that it really had a hard time having that gap between turn 5 and turn 6 because when you're at 6 or 7 energy, there wasn't a lot of impactful plays besides Fu Shrouded that you can do that would just win you the game because usually with Hero Revived and Gogeta in those builds, you didn't usually have 10 in the drop. Well, with this card, you can hard cast this on turn 5 and take a few life, pick cards out of their hand. For every card you take out from their hand, you get 25k power, and it gets triple strike and dual attack for the turn. Card is nuts. It just wins you a ton of games. I it's just amazing card. The cool thing about it was when you hard cast it on 7 or with 7 energy, you get around Mutaito. So really, there's only like 3 checks to this card. It's drop negates, it's barrier blockers, because I would say barrier because if they don't have barrier, usually they're getting KO'd by either Cal or Resonant Explosion Gogeta. Yep, drop negates and barrier blockers, and either use 6 Champa card because it gets around deflect. So those are the 3 checks of this card. The last card I want to go over, probably one of the best secret rares in the game right now. Yes, I said it, but probably one of the best, if not the best. This card just totally changes the outcome of game and just brings you to striking distance to win the game at 3 or 4 life at any time. Absolutely crazy. You take 1 life, they take 2 damage, and then they can't combo for 2 or less for while he's in play. So they basically get no super combos. There's only 2 super combos in the game that are relevant, or 3, that are over cost of 2. One of them is a Guru with the Namekian with Yellow Dende. Another one is a Sparking Yellow one that's with Bojack, but it's actually not tied to the leader, which is actually super relevant. So, haha. So this card absolutely sways games when you're at 3 life or 4 life. If you're attacking with double strike, single strike, depending on their life, you pay 5, or you first do their arrival, combo red green, pay 5, bring them into play. You have a 40k single strike, but also they take 2 life, so it's always in striking distance to win the game. Absolute monster card. This deck has so many ways to win the game. It's absolutely absurd. You have so many ways to disrupt your opponent. I absolutely love it. I think it's going to be one of the best decks in the format. I truly believe it. And you got to hear first from me, Frisco Foz here with 3XG Shenron. Shout outs to my boys. Definitely check out our Patreon, our channels here. We have a lot of great content, and I hope to talk to you guys soon. Definitely leave me some feedback on the deck and tell me how you like it, and let me know what you think. Maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm not. I don't know. We're going to find out together. I think that's it. Okay, bye.